Crossing the Bar, Lord Alfred Tennyson. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me, and may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. But such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam, when that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me. The poem opens with the speaker talking about the sunset and the evening star. Here, sunset signifies old age and evening star calmness. Call signifies call of death. He is speaking metaphorically here about his approaching death. I mean, the poet is going to die soon and he is remembering his death. Next lines, and may there be no mourning of the bar when I put out to sea. The speaker hopes there will be no moaning of the bar when he puts out to sea. Moaning means a low, sustained, mournful cry, usually indicative of sorrow or pain. Bar means it is the bank of sand or a sandbar. Bar is the metaphor used for the boundary between life and death or life and life after death. Now, let us know what a bar or sandbar is. Let us see the picture of a sandbar, and it is a sandbar. But such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam. Such a tide as moving seems asleep. He is saying that he would rather be sailing at high tide when that sandbar is buried way beneath the water, so he easily cruises into the ocean. To pull for sound and foam means he is describing the tide he once tied with the roaring of waves. And roaring waves. There is another picture of roaring waves. It means high tide. Next lines. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Here, that which drew from out the boundless deep means that here signifies the soul which is immortal. When it returns again home, refers to when the tide comes back in, filling the harbor and covering the sandbar. He hopes the tide will be cooperative when his soul returns to its home in the boundless deep or death. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark. These lines are very important and significant. Twilight here is the light after the sunset. Evening bell refers to the old age. Dark refers to death. This line comes back from the first stanza. Just the imagery is changed. Twilight is used instead of sunset. And may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. Through these lines, he means to say that when he dies, he does not want anyone to weep. He does not want any kind of farewell or anyone to be sad about him. For though from out our bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar. Here, bourne means boundary. Pilot here refers to the Supreme God. In the concluding lines, he says that this ocean after death will take him infinitely far, far from the boundary of time and place, and he is sure that he will meet the God, his maker, and he will meet him after his death. Tennyson actually told his son to put this poem Crossing the Bar at the end of his editions of my poems. He wrote this poem in 1889, 3 years before he died.
Sunset and evening star in one clear call for me. And may there be no morning of the bar when I go out to sea. But such a tide as moving seems asleep, too full for sound and foam. When that which drew from out the boundless deep turns again home. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark. And may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Crossing the Bar by Lord Alfred Tennyson. The speaker gets a call to be on a sea voyage at sunset. As the sun sets, the evening star, that is Venus, shines clearly in the sky. As soon as the speaker receives a clear call to set sail, the ship is ready to come out of its harbor. The speaker hopes that there will be no mourning when he sets out for his voyage. The act of sailing on the sea is a reference to the soul leaving the body to be one with God. Clear call refers to the call of death for the body when the soul departs. The speaker warns a full tide which doesn't produce any sound or foam so that the ship sails easily out into the ocean. This would make his crossing of the harbor smooth and without any turbulence. The tides which had sprung from the ocean are now ready to return to it. It is a reference to the soul returning to its place of origin. The speaker hears the evening bell at twilight, which signifies the commencement of the journey. This imagery refers to the speaker being in his old age and hearing the call of death. He wishes that he may have a happy death without any sorrow and hope. No one should be sad when he dies and should be allowed to embrace death in peace and joy. In the last stanza, the speaker mentions that there will be no limit of time and place when he crosses the sandbar that separates the harbor and the sea. The flow of the water will take him out far away where he will be able to meet the pilot face to face. Here, the sandbar refers to him, the harbor of the body, and the sea refers to the limitless space the soul acts absorbed into. In capitalizing the word pilot, the speaker equates the former with God. He believes that his soul will be able to connect with the Almighty as soon as it leaves the abode of the human body. The speaker conveys that the pilot, that is God, has been there all the while. It is only when he leaves the harbor, that is the human body, that he is able to see the omniscient God.